Hey everybody, and welcome back to Falcon Plays Dark Souls with the whole Black Tarkus build in hand, or at some point in the playthrough itself we'll get to that point. But for now, last episode we finished off killing off the Capra Demon. I'm pretty sure these guys are dead, right, because I came up this pathway. So, there's two things we could do about this now. We could pretty much go back to Firelink Shrine and get our Estus completely filled up, or we could just go into the depths, and you know what? I am a man, so let's just fucking go to the depths. How about that? Right from the Capra Demon, no digging around. Let's get up in here. So let me open this up. We use the keys to the depths and get in here. Basically, where the depths is kind of optional. You could kind of skip this area altogether if you have the, say, the key. The secret key that opens up all the stuff, right? Or the master key, I should be calling it. But I don't want to skip anything out on Dark Souls right now. I kind of want to experience again because honestly, it's a game that I want to get like pretty much like a full feel of. I never feel like ever rushing through the game because there's so much to do and I enjoy it a lot. So we're gonna take the path through the depths here and deal with the Vagina Dragon. The Vagina Dragon. That'd be pretty cool if there was a Vagina Dragon though, right? Or probably not in reality. Let me get this Soldier Soul here and get this guy out of my face. Dude, you need to relax right now, okay? I'm trying to make my introduction. I'm trying to talk about the Vagina Dragon or whatever that's what I called it. But no, we're gonna deal with the Vagina Dragon. Oh wow, alright, that was unintentional in that one, honestly. The Vagina Dragon, which most people refer to it as that way, but it is really the Gaping Dragon. Excuse the weird noises in the background there. I assure you that's not something. I'm not in a jungle filming this, but my birds are going crazy in the background. So apologize for any sort of weird thing. Now, when we handle to the Gaping Dragon or head towards the depths, we're gonna deal with a lot of these dudes with the flaming, these Draglins with the flaming weapons, right? They're really dangerous. We've already dealt with them to a degree before, but I will, again, basically just signify the fact that they are rather dangerous considering most Draglins aren't that hard. But these guys with their flame attack just have a tendency to drop down your HP really quickly. Down over here, we're going to deal with a crazy angry dog here. It takes 2 swings to kill him, okay, good to know. Alrighty, there's going to be another one over there hanging out with the Butcher. The Butcher, you know... Oh! Where did you come from? Okay, that scared the shit out of me, honestly. I thought that was like just like a reflex of like, you know, a body still hanging out due to the Havoc Evasion, but apparently it was a Draglin that I kind of missed. Alright, so first and foremost, we want to bait out the dog over here. So you get over here, Dogman. Dogman, get over here. And maybe that'll... Okay, that won't do it. Alright, Dragon. Dogman, you need to die so that I can kind of take care of this Butcher. Now, the Butcher... Well, apparently the Butcher has other things in mind. He's gonna kind of go and fight that chest. Dude, you need to fight me over here, okay? Not that, okay? Don't worry about that. Now, the Butcher, oddly enough, whether you want to believe it or not, is actually a female. If you check out the item description, you do find out that it is indeed a female, which, you know, honestly, not that bad looking, honestly. I've actually, I've dealt with worse looking women in my time, both in a relationship manner and whatnot. Sorry about that, Becky. I didn't necessarily mean to put you on blast here in my Dark Souls playthrough. Duck away. Okay, that was quite of a lucky dodge there. So you need to do your dive attack, and I'll just do my plunge attack, or not really my plunge attack, but my awesome claymore attack, and there you go. Relatively easy. You can kind of bait their attack. Basically, most of the Dark Souls, for the most part, as you can imagine, you could just kind of bait enemies into attacking you, and then just kind of retaliate and whatnot appropriately. So basically, a game that you kind of want to take your time with. Don't ever fucking rush enemies. That's pretty much the last thing you want to do, because any enemy is always capable of killing you there. Now, so after getting the large ember, which is cool because it'll basically allow us to upgrade our claymore beyond +5, which would be pretty good. Now, here we have 2 options. I could drop down over here and kind of get a few items, or I can continue going down this way. I will continue going down this way because there is an NPC for us to free down here. These dogs, by the way, will pretty much leave you alone if you leave them alone, and that's exactly what the plan that that's pretty much the course of action I'm going to take for this part right now. Right, dogs? You're going to leave me alone, right? Don't make me look bad in front of the Dark Souls audience here, pretending like I know what I'm doing. And also, check this guy out, yeah, another Butcher that kind of drops and ambushes you. The NPC in here, I believe, is this Sigmire? Or, no, not Sigmire. Well, who is this guy again? I fucking forget their names all the time. I already helped you, I already got you out of the fucking barrel. All you had to do was roll through the barrel, but you could have gotten down through it. Not do a barrel roll, that's a whole other thing altogether.
Been eaten alive. Thank you. Thank you, dearly.
Hey, no problem. Laurentius, that's a... Alright, so basically we free Laurentius. It doesn't really mean much for us because it is basically a dude that kind of teaches you pyromancy spells. Cool, he's fine now, whatever. He'll basically head over to the Firelink Shrine and he'll teach you, essentially, fire spells and whatnot, pyromancer, but you know, we're doing the Tarkus build, so we don't need any fucking magic, because all we need is our fucking armor and weapons, essentially. Now, he was trapped there because he was going to be dinner of the Butchers. The Butchers are indeed cannibalistic by nature, in more than one way or another. They're kind of like, you know, that, I was going to say, like, that song, Cannibal Woman, but I don't think that's exactly how that song goes, as a matter of fact. What song or what music I've been listening to is really beyond me. Alrighty, this dude here, however, if we kill this guy, more than likely he will be dropping... the little hat that they wear. Alright, so let's bait that attack and do this. Okay, well, let me just miss the second attack. See if I could kind of be an asshole and just kind of get a backstab there. I definitely could. And this should pretty much do it for us. There you go. Now you will drop your fucking hat. Alrighty, cool. Sack. We got a sack for our head and stuff. Apparently my dude is pretty awful looking that he really would actually appeal for a hat after all, or a sack over that face. It's kind of a face that only a mother would love here. So let's continue going downward into the depths here. Over here is going to be kind of a little bit of a hazard, essentially. We have like this fucking jelly dude just hanging out from the roofs that'll drop on you. This is right there, nothing but a, kind of a way to kind of get you to get over, like, kind of like, oh, there's a cool item, let me go get that, and then this jelly will drop on your head and fuck up your life, but, thankfully, I'm a little bit more aware of that now, so we can kind of, destroy this life! Okay. Dregling, wait your turn, okay? Again, Dreglins like that are really, terrible to kind of ambush you, because they will do a lot of fucking damage to you. This guy, unfortunately, he will take minimal damage. He doesn't have too much HP, but he has amazing defenses, hence why the damage is so low. You could probably counteract that with some sort of elemental attack, but, you know, with any sort of patience whatsoever, you'll get through him quite easily. Alright, there's nothing over here. There's a door over there. That's a little door. I can't even fit through that door. What is this, like a fucking door to Alice in Wonderland? Okay, let's continue on here. There's gonna be a few more of these assholes on and about over here, and by assholes I do mean the fucking jellies that kind of fall there. Obviously that guy, Draglin's over there, kind of trying to bait you to come down, fight him, so you could kind of get ambushed by these things here. But that is not the name of the game this time around. We're gonna take care of these guys one by one, or if not one by one, at least one by a lot. The only difficult part here is just kind of actually dealing with the fact that you do minimal damage to these motherfuckers here. It's gonna do some sort of weird hentai jelly tentacle attack. Which would be pretty good if I was like, you know, a female or something, a female character. We could kind of get her some sort of weird Japanimation type of thing going on here, but that's indeed not the case. I am a man, I'm Tarkus incarnate to a degree here. So I'm just gonna continue doing this weird stab attack here, which works oddly well against these two guys. As I'm gonna take barrel ultimates at once. These guys occasionally drop, I believe it's crystal or the green crystal shards, I want to say. Hey, ho-ho! Forgot about you guys there. I could easily bypass them and just head to the bonfire at the end. But for the sake of it, let's actually just try to fight them. Again, there's really not much tact into this. You know, just basically walk away a bit and then do your little attack, and they shouldn't really pose much of a trouble for you. Alright, it's just mostly just a waiting game with these guys, unfortunately. It's kind of like waiting at the fucking DMV or something like that. Is that still the case? Is DMV still hard to kind of get your license or like renewals or anything like that? I don't know. I always would hear about the DMV being like the worst pace imaginable for anybody, but I don't know. I don't even drive, so I can't even complain about that. Let me do a little parry attack right there and kind of show that I'm still the fucking boss to a degree. Not like Bruce Springsteen the boss, but, you know, a boss to some sort of degree in this game. And there's going to be a bonfire for us to kind of hang out with over here. We will indeed take advantage of this in case we do die by any sort of chance, then we can just kind of revive through here. Obviously this isn't lit beyond the threshold of 5, so it'll only give us 5 Estus flasks to rekindle, or at least every time we sit here, but it's perfectly fine. We can do a little bit of leveling, which probably wouldn't be the baddest thing to do. Actually, no, let's hold up, because I want to do upgrading for the Claymore, so we will hold up on the upgrade. I don't think we necessarily do need any sort of levels at the moment. Again, Dark Souls levels is kind of really minimalistic, like you don't necessarily need to level up that much drastically. I mean, hell, I mean, that's why you beat the game at level 1 at times if you want to be an ass one, like, you know, basically, invade people, like, invade, like, new, startup characters that have just barely started the game, like, say, in the Undead Parish and whatnot. But, we're not gonna do it this time around. But again, yeah, levels are just kind of really, minimalistic when it comes to overall. If the best thing you can do for Dark Souls is just kind of fight, cautiously and be very careful about everything you do. Or we're gonna deal with some fucking rats. Okay, this rat's gonna try to poison me. He's gonna totally succeed in poisoning me. Or at least try to. Alrighty. Come on, Ratmans. That one is dead already. He's just dragging his carcass around. And we got some humanity for that. 2 humanities, as a matter of fact, which is pretty good. I'm actually racking up the humanities, as you can see by my upper left counter there. We're up to 7 right now, which isn't that bad. Of course, though, at any moment's notice, you can lose all your humanity just by dying and not getting back to your bloodstains. So, something to keep in mind. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen here. Let me just walk through. Oh! Crazy rat. Scared the shit out. As you can imagine, I kind of expect that happening. But, I'm not going to lie to you. The first time that ever happened to me, it scared the shit out of me just because I'm a big pansy in reality. So, things like this do really terrify me. I mean, it's kind of weird because I'm like such a horror buff, but, you know, when it comes to video games, I am such a little bitch when it comes to that. So I'm going to get the sewer chamber key through the grate right there. Giant Ratman's going to stare me down and kind of look at me for killing his offsprings, probably, but you know what? Too bad for you. As a matter of fact, there's a little bit of interesting lore with this rat over here. Apparently, he's been feeding on humanity for so long, that's the reason why he's so fucking huge. Unfortunately for me, I can't really feed on humanity in real life, so I have to kind of deal with the fact that, I won't be, you know, 6'7" anytime in my life. But, you know, I've come to terms with that already. Kind of like Skilo said, I wish I was a little bit taller, I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl that would agree I would call her. Believe me, that song really hits close to home because all those things that Skilo talks about, I really do worry about and think about on a daily basis. Over here, we're going to have another channel who's going to pretty much buff up these rats, which is no good because these rats, you know, they are easy, but sometimes they have a knack to kind of get a crazy hit on you. The Chandler, though, it's kind of weird. He's actually coming at me for once, which is kind of odd. He never comes up this far up. But if he is going to come up here, then I will indulge him and pretty much end his life. Luckily for me, now he's not going to be able to buff those rats, which makes this a lot easier for us. Alrighty, okay. Okay, I got attacked by 2 rats at once there. Let me withdraw really quickly, hand a little Estus. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh, okay, Ratman, hang out. Okay, that rat is still buffed. That's what happened there. I didn't think he got buffed, but he did. Okay, terrifying. He's gonna get stuck there, is he? Don't fucking tempt me, rat. There you go. That was quite fucking terrifying. Okay. Let me drop another Estus here because that was really... I wasn't expecting that to happen there. So, I guess there was a hidden rat over here, and he buffed this guy, but not the other 2 that were waiting in wait. So, again, Dark Souls has a way to always kind of humble you at times when you think you're pretty much set and good, but then next thing you know, it's kind of like, uh-oh, fucking surprise enemy attack out of nowhere. Down over here, any more rats, or no? And no item at all. Okay, good. Down over here is we're going to be fighting the gaping vagina dragon. Now, here is the thing. You want to kill this Chandler at all times if you're going to fight the dragon, because otherwise this Chandler is going to hang out over here and kind of buff the dragon, which, you know, would probably be not in your best interest to happen. It's reminiscent of Demon Souls when you fight the false idol, and basically there's a Dregling in the false idol stage which will revive the boss over and over and over, and you can't figure it out until you go and actually kill the guy. That, you know, that's the reason why you can't kill him, and, you know, you're over here fighting the fucking false idol like 20 times, like, why can't I beat this auto? And it's because there's a dude reviving her. Dropping down over here is going to take me down to the area with the frogs, the fucking terrifying looking frogs, by the way, that actually could stone curse you, which you don't want that happening. If you get stone curse, you would drop your HP to 0.5% and you will die instantly, as a matter of fact. But let me just go ahead. This guy's pretty much fucked. He was trying to get away, but unfortunately for him, it's not going to happen. Now, these rats actually work as a way to kind of draw you into these holes where the stone, the frogs are. But thankfully for us, Why? Oh, no! Well, okay, apparently we were fated to come down here regardless of which. Okay, you need to not throw that fucking crazy attack on me and relax for a second while I kill you. Okay. So yeah, we were fated to actually come down here regardless because, the small rats didn't draw me into the hole, but what drove me into the hole was, don't do it! What drew me into the hole was me being a big pansy and getting scared by that, giant rat that just came at me really viciously, by the way. Don't call me a coward, okay? That unfortunately scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna really lie about that. Doesn't really take much to scare me in a video game, but there's a prime example of it, as a matter of fact. Got a large layman soldier, so good. So these guys, they're not that hard. You just gotta be sure to get out of the range of their attack, and you should be okay. They are really terrifying looking. You know, a weird thing about these guys is that, you know, you probably can't notice it too easily, but those big eyeball things, they're not really eyeballs. Their face is actually beneath that. That's kind of like almost like an intimidating factor, essentially. And by the way, it works out quite well because every time I see those guys, I am quite intimidated indeed. What are you doing all the way up here? Okay, that guy is just jumping through the fucking textures now, which is kind of a little bit terrifying. So this guy is done. At least they do drop by only one hit, which is pretty good. Let me drop this guy as well. And there should be one left in here that I'd rather kill and get rid of now. Okay, don't do that. See, that guy's just gonna be a fucking asshole and jump up and attack us like so, but 2 swipes and he should be dead. There you go, perfect. So that takes care of most of these guys, I want to say. I'm not gonna, you know, don't hold me to that and suddenly get stone cursed by these assholes. Let me see, I think there's an item over here. Okay, there is an item, but I'm gonna drop down instead because I'm a fucking dummy. Let me try this once again. I don't think there's anything much of interest over there. Okay, there is another dude over here, and luckily for me, he had no idea I was kind of creeping up behind him, even though I was running and making all the noise in the world. But, you know, I'm not going to complain about the AI reacting late there. You need every sort of break you can get with Dark Souls anyway. Alright, so let's see if I could kind of jump over this shit like I'm Reggie Lewis or something here. Yeah! Alright, what are we going to get here? Humanity. Okay. Again, nothing much of interest, but whatever. And I'm just going to drop down below because I'm a big nincompoop. I can't, you know, apparently the magic only happened once. I can't really repeat that thing again. Occasionally you get luck out in Dark Souls and you make an amazing play, but you can't really repeat it anymore because it was, you know, unfortunately, for a second there you think you're being good, it was a lucky hit, but or a lucky situation, but in reality it was just, you know, nothing but luck. Or actually, I was going to say, it's nothing but skill, but in reality it's just all luck. Okay! Now, here's an interesting thing, by the way. These frozen or stone cursed dudes over here, these are actual players from other games that have been cursed by these frogs, so I'm going to do the, I guess, the logistic thing here and actually just crush them because, you know, at least I'd imagine that people want their bodies freed from that stone curse anyway. You know, killing them or not, or destroying those things or not doesn't really do much, but, you know, it's a nicety thing to do. Here's another dude over here. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna fucking destroy your corpse. Just don't get stone cursed, bro. It's that easy. You don't see me getting stone cursed. Famous last words, right? That really serves for nothing in reality. Okay, hey, oh, frogman. Yeah, you get over here. Let me swipe at you twice, and there you go. You know, our stone resistance is actually pretty high, which is pretty interesting. I'm not entirely sure what it is I'm wearing that's actually doing that, but usually the stone resistance bar is quite small. Mine is actually quite big. I've never said that once in reality. Oh god, okay, either way, let's, my resounding shortcomings as a man altogether aside, let's actually continue onward here. Rat! Man! Don't be such an asshole, okay? Let me drop another one of these Estus flags. I'm down to 1 now, but we should have enough to actually get through this area here. Again, the worst thing you could do in Dark Souls is actually just drop your guard and not, you know, look before you leap, essentially. Leaps of faith do not really work out too well. Not that I was an actual leap, but I should have actually taken a look to this side before I actually went to the other side to scope anything out. Or humanity for us, good. By the way, we're getting a lot of humanity, and our drops are coming in pretty nicely, and that is all due to the fact that the humanity system also has a bit of a quote-unquote luck drop rate. So what I mean by that is essentially the more humanity you have, the higher your drops will be. There's an actual ring that actually helps out with that. I believe is gold coveted serpent ring, because I think the silver one is for souls, right? So the gold one is for items. So that boosts your item discovery quite a bit. And secondly, humanity also increases it. The interesting thing about that, though, is that only the first humanity really has the big buff in terms of increasing your item discovery rate. Every other additional humanity that you have stored on your upper left counter there will increase the drop rate for sure, but not by that degree. Basically, you at least want 1 humanity up there at all times to kind of get like the most of it. Everything else is just kind of like, you know, a diminished effects, essentially, or diminished returns. Let's see, are there any more of these dudes hanging in the ceiling? It does not seem that way. But there are a few more. Oh, okay! Okay, I lied. I definitely lied. If you are watching this and you already have experience with Dark Souls and knew about that, I believe you're probably laughing right now. It's kind of like, oh, he was so close to fucking dying yet again. Imbecile. Alrighty, come on, bro. Just go down. We're actually really close to the Vagina Dragon already, which is, pretty good. I mean, the depths isn't that big of an area. You know, honestly, in reality, most of the areas in Dark Souls aren't that huge, for probably the exception of Anne Orlando. You know, when you have an idea of the game already, or if you've gone through the game before, you could kind of get through just about anything really quickly, which, you know, it's not really wise words or anything like that. It's kind of like more of a no shit type of situation, where it's kind of like, oh yeah, you know the game so you can get through it easily? Oh, no shit, Sherlock. Well, you know, apologize, I'm not really the brightest man around. Alrighty, and there goes that rat. So going through there will kind of lead us to the fight with the gaping dragon here. There's going to be another NPC here who'll sell stuff to you. He actually, I forget his name. Dumbhall, right. So basically buy some stuff from him, you could talk to him. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, quite insightful, really. Yeah, it's pretty dark in here after all, Domo. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Purchase items. He could sell gold pine resin. He only has 2, and these are the only 2 you'll be able to buy from him. Oh, actually, can you buy more now? No, he only had 3 for selling, and now we bought those 3 that he had. So again, gold pine resin are really shortcoming around, so when you do run into them, be sure to buy them. I mean, why the fuck not? He sells a lot of crystal weapons, which are strong, but kind of tend to break really easily, and you can't really repair them if I'm correct, so no really point in doing any of this. He sells his armor. I won't do anything to him just now, because later on, he'll actually sell boss gear to you. Whenever you beat a boss, he'll sell the items to you by Firelink Shrine, I do believe. So, for the meantime, let's not deal with him for now. Let me just go over here and actually, you know what? Let's actually head back and open up another shortcut to the last bonfire. So in case for some reason I was to die to the Gaping Dragon, we could just kind of run back over here and take care of him here. This door that's over here is locked. I'll show you right now where it is that it leads to. But you can only open it from this side. So as you can see here, here's where the giant rat that scared the shit out of me is at. Can I kill him through this? No, I can't. Alright, you asshole. You might have won the first round, but believe me, the war is far from over. One day I'll take a, you know, I'll fucking wreck your life for scaring the shit out of me that way. So let me go over here really quickly and just rekindle my, or not rekindle anything, just get my Estus slash back up. And we have a little bit of extra souls now. Maybe we could drop something in. Oh, let's say endurance would be pretty good. Vitality, I suppose. That's gonna drop us all together out of all of our souls, which I wanted to use to upgrade my weapons, so much for what I set there, right? But either way, it's not really a big problem. We should be getting a good, plentiful amount of souls after we beat the Gaping Dragon. This Draglin doesn't no longer bother me, so let me just run down over here. And I'm gonna try to make a dash right into the boss itself and, like, not fuck around anymore with these guys here. By the way, DS Fix really does a lot of wonders for Dark Souls when you play it on a PC. It looks a lot nicer, a lot crisper. It's a sad thing that the port for the game was actually pretty... It was kind of a shoddy port. Let's not even joke around about that. It was kind of a shitty port, but thankfully the at least modders and the community kind of fixed it quite a bit. Look at this rat. He's kind of really determined to actually die. Okay. If you want to die, then I have absolutely no reason why I wouldn't do that for you. Down through here, I believe we'll be acquiring some armor that we could... Actually, not armor, but it's a crossbow of some kind. Again, it doesn't really affect us too much. I'm not going to use crossbows. Or is it a crossbow here? Oh, never mind. I go ahead and prove again, once again, how little I really know about this game, as much as I try to act like I know a lot. I should be on this level, right? I can't be wrong twice, right? It's not going to be here, but it's going to be in the right-hand portion, and we'll go down there, and then we'll fight the Gaping Dragon. Come on, game, don't fail me this time. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to have a heavy crossbow. Again, I'm not going to really take... I mean, if I was to use a crossbow for, you know, drawing enemies, the crossbow isn't a bad weapon, at least not for what you want to use it for. It's a good weapon to kind of draw enemies away that are far away towards you, so that's the only use right there. And I'm going to shut up here for a second. Alrighty, and there it is, the mighty Gaping Dragon. The dragon, basically, the reason why he's like that, and you know, if you want to follow the lore, is because he's been kind of like, you know, in the depths all this time, feeding on humanity and whatnot, so it's pretty much corrupted his whole being. Here you'll get the standard setup set for one of the classes. I forgot to actually equip this. The gold pine resin will make this fight a lot easier because dragons, for the most part, are susceptible to lightning and whatnot. Another thing you can notice is that big-ass tail, right? Well, if you drop that tail from him, you will indeed acquire yourself another weapon, much like the bell gargoyles did for us. So, let me see if I could quickly get up and around him. The Gaping Dragon is a rather easy boss, however, don't drop your guard. He is capable of doing a lot of damage to you. hanging out behind his tail is also welcoming nothing but disaster for you. So let me just buff my sword here really quickly. Okay, he will sometimes fly and then just stomp down on you. Alright, Dragon, I have buffed my sword, so I need you to not be such an asshole. And let me get all up in that tail, bro, essentially is what I'm gonna get at here. Okay. His slam down attack is basically an indication for you to kind of go balls deep in there. And there you go, we got the Dragon Grade King Axe. So now we've taken one of his attacks away, which is his tail stomp. He's overall really easy. He'll do that slam attack as long as you avoid it. Shouldn't be no problem at all. I'll just whack his head right there. And then he'll do like a weird dash attack towards you, which is right there. Okay. Camera going nuts here, but we got this. Alright, let's kind of go crazy there while we get the chance. And probably not the best thing to actually hang around there too long. Stomp attack again. Okay, and well, let's get the hell out of here. Oh, I forgot about that little throw-up attack that he does on occasion. That'll poison you if I do remember correctly. I've never really ever gotten affected by it, so I can't be completely sure if that's what it does, but I'm pretty sure that's what it does. It just poisons you. Okay, he's gonna also apparently pimp slap the shit out of me there. Okay, don't land on me, Dragon. Dragon, don't do it. Okay, we're just about there. Let me actually switch over to my Estus Flask. Now, I'm not gonna use another pine resin for this. Oh! Okay. That's the first time this man has ever landed on me, and it's quite terrifying. Let me roll away here and drop an Estus while we can. You gonna rush me? You want to rush, don't you? Oh no, you're gonna do the stomp attack, which is good as well. If you hit him in the head, obviously he takes a little bit more damage than all his other areas, so that's the reason why you kind of want to bait the, essentially the slam attack on you, but for the most part we should be okay here, as I missed that attack completely. Okay, and go away now. He's gonna probably fly up to try to switch directions on us. Not like One Direction. Whatever happened to One Direction? Is that still around? I don't know. I used to work in retail where fucking One Direction was like fucking everywhere around the corner. I never really understood the premise of boy bands either. I mean, when I was growing up, the boy band that I knew of was fucking New Kids on the Block, and I'm not sure what happened to them now. He's doing his throwing up attack again. Basically, he's doing his best Japanese pornographic and no. Sorry, I was going into some Japanese porn right there where, you know, the females kind of throw up on one on each other. Okay, this is dangerous because he might land on me. Okay, Gaping Dragon, you're almost dead. Let's actually end this on a good note, okay? Just be nice about this. Let me just kill you and we'll be done with you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Scary. I just need to hit him once. There he goes. Dead. So obviously, just because it wouldn't be fun otherwise, I had to cut that a little bit close, unfortunately, because I was too busy trying to explain Japanese pornography to you guys, and I got a little bit carried at the moment. I got carried away and got a little bit overexcited by myself, as a matter of fact. Now I kind of have a weird, odd sensation to go watch some Japanese throw-up porn, so... That is the Gaping Dragon, guys, and let's just, well, what is it out of this episode here? So thanks again, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, I encourage you to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Really easy to do, and the support really means a lot. And as always, well, what is it? And I'll catch you guys next time.